Let's let the show begin. So I was getting ready to do the countdown, but I said, you know what? I don't want to be late. Let me just jump right in. Is that Vonda? QV McCray. How are you, Vonda? How's it going today? Good, I hope. Let me just take a drink of Sprite Zero. How's it going? How you doing on your painting? How's it coming along? You doing good? I checked out the Facebook group and I saw a couple things out there. Hopefully you're doing well. Remember, this is not a race. Hello, Judith. How are you? It's not a race. It's something for us to come in and enjoy. And I have to tell you guys, you're doing fine. That's good. I'm doing fine as well. I absolutely love this cross stitch conversion. So let's give everybody a few minutes and then we'll kick off. We have Tia that's going to be joining us. So again, for those that are on hashtag replay, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe. I want to welcome all the newbies to the channel. And for those that are returning, thank you for coming back. This is Sunday, my relaxed day. I try to relax anyway. I try to relax on Sundays. I try not to make sure I try to make sure I don't have too many things that I got to do that involves going outside of the house. So I did pretty good yesterday. I went out yesterday. I'm cross stitching as well. So I had to go to my local cross stitch store and my brick and mortar. Went there, had a lot of fun. They close at 3:00. I try to get there about 45 minutes before closing because other than that, I'll sit and I'll talk the whole time and I'll have a ball. So again, I was able to go there, picked up a couple of things that I had ordered previously, ordered a couple more patterns. I did a lot of around yesterday and I had the ability to be able to finish everything I needed to do. So today I could actually relax, do the live, and then have some time to work on my cross stitch conversion. So you got a mani-pedi. I hear you, Vonda. That's a good thing. Judith, how about you? How was your day? How's your painting going? Your painting is beautiful. Let me know. How's it going? Drop me some comments. Let me bring Tia on. All right, Tia, let me add you to the party. Hey, Princess Tia, how are you?
Good. How's everybody? Ooh, we got so many patties going on.
Hey.
It's a little later here for me than you guys. So my day is just getting underway. Obviously, I wake up to some of the morning lives, and I'm just kind of hanging out, getting my colors together. I'm constantly thinking about different bling and things, which is a little bit more fun because you're able to see it. Obviously, it's on a blank canvas and things like that, but it is some challenges that come with that. Judah says, I'm about 30% through. It's a fun process. Yeah,
Nice, Judith. It is. It really
definitely.
is different.
I'm
It's
definitely having some fun myself.
mhm.
Um, Not as far as you. And I'm stretching it out. So I'm limiting myself to particular days. Some of the shows I've been on talking about it because everybody's like, what is it? What's cross stitch conversion and things? So for me, I'm not going to say, I lost my, what they call diamond painting mojo. I hadn't lost it, but I guess, needed something to add that thrill and that excitement back. And so I feel like this did it, like looking forward to it. What am I going to do? How's it going to come out? You know, with a blank canvas, you see the possibilities. Like it's not just, I wonder if that would clash because the design is already printed on the canvas. So I think I'm bringing some excitement in
I
and of
like
itself, anticipation. So I can't wait to, let me see what my next session is going to be like, and then I have my little system working for me. Like
it. Mhm.
everything is right here, which is something I struggle with on those large canvases that I've been trying to complete. So this
Mhm.
is my size and it works well with what I have. I do have the large, drafting table desk and things, but I got other stuff on it. So,
And
so
it's awesome. That's what I was saying to you too. So for me, as you guys can see on the Bling Lab table here, I have Secret Temple. And I haven't even gone back to Secret Temple since I started working on the cross stitch conversion. And again, My week, I don't diamond paint too much during the week because I work, but this is a mini. It sits perfectly on my desk right here. I was on a live last night with Nix, and I was actually doing the conversion, talking and doing it, which is very different because you're following a pattern, right? And again, I like it. I really do like it. It's a change. And I found one thing out. I don't need a light pad, right? I don't need a light pad because there's no symbols on the canvas.
That's
It's
true.
just, so I don't need it because I'm like, why do I have this? What is underneath this? And I'm like, oh, that's my light pad. I don't even need it. So there's no symbols. So why don't we do this? Because I think it's time to show where we are. So why don't we do this? What we're going to do, we have a few people in now, but we're going to get started right away because I know I can keep talking, talking, talking. I'm a metrics person, guys. I love metrics. It really keeps me on track. I'm a planner, so it helps me. And markup RXP has given me what I need as far as progress, telling me where I need to be, how long it's going to take me to get it done, how many drills I've laid, how many drills I have left. So we're going to jump right in it. And Tia, why don't we start with you? Let me pull it up. We'll start with your canvas and let's show your metrics here. You guys stay with me for a second. Let me share screen and let me show you guys what I'm looking at. So it's this one right here. Here we go. So let me add it. All right, so why don't we start with Tia? So Tia, let's talk about markup XP, your progress, where you are. There it is. There she is in her glory, which is right at the top. If you look at the screen here, I put up is right at the top. That's the picture that Tia is doing, and it's a kit from Jaded Gem Shop. Hey there, Sue. How are you? Thanks for coming in, Sue. So Tia, talk a little bit about your canvas, markup RXP, some of your progress and some tips that you can give everybody or things that you found out since you started working on the canvas.
One of the things that I've used this program for mostly all of my cross stitch projects. When I came back in 2017 to cross stitch, and when I came back, everybody was doing the something new, and it was these cross stitch programs. They were loading in their cross stitch patterns, and they were loading them in on the. Okay. One of the best things about using a digital pattern program was I came from paper. I started in the 80s.
That was me, Tia. Sorry, you're good.
I was like, what I do?
Clicking buttons. Go ahead.
Anybody that know me know I struggle with technology. Like what I do. Um, so I started in the 80s and I used paper. And then kind of coming back in the late 2000s, 2017, everyone was using like digital pattern programs now. Back in the 80s, we had to mark off our paper. You could lose count. It was really easy and things like that. But one of the things that I noticed was that, this kept track of everything for you. So what I liked about it is that you can zoom in or you can zoom out, and that's one sheet of progress of where you are. So I love that convenience about using the product. So you know exactly where you are. Obviously, you're putting in multiple pages. So that's page number 2. Again, you can zoom out or you can zoom in. One of the best things that I like about it is you simply mark a stitch that you've completed, and then you go into your info page. And when you go into your info page, it kind of checks everything off for you. So I always use this section right here, which shows you how much you've done. It shows you the percent. One of the things that I did a little bit different this time was I put all of the symbols in. So the middle section is the key. On this far section right here, that was created by the program. They are keeping track of each of the symbols, and I had it scan each page. So this is the first time that I did this. And what I like is it estimated everything. I didn't have to type anything in based on my progress and how long I'm spending in the program, from actual plucking. It is estimating how long it would take me to complete the project you'll see those. I'm sorry.
I'll make you bigger, Tia. Let
You'll
me
make
make.
me bigger.
I'll make you bigger.
You'll make me bigger.
Yeah, let me get you
So
bigger.
as you can see, on the right hand,
I need to remove.
this side right here, if you look up, it's giving the estimated times, completions, and it's all based on when you click on the symbol. So what that, oops, ting, that was a bright idea. I'm making my my technical difficulties work for me. So that's one of the things that I liked about it. Obviously, I have several projects. I can go out of this project and kind of show you guys some of the other. Let me just make sure I save. I don't want to lose anything. I do still struggle with my technology from time to time. But one of the things, so I have several cross stitch projects and things like that in here. And one of the things that I like about this is I entered the symbols. And a lot of times I'm going to open up one that I was working at the retreat. And so normally this is what you see me doing. I don't have each symbol marked in. I just am marking off as I go. So when I hit info, it's really just based on the symbols. So each of the squares, not to say each of the squares, not the symbols. I got 15 hours to go on this one. Or 15 total time. Ooh, good. I'm plucking slow on this one.
That's actually good though, Tia. I think that's actually good. I mean, it gives you the ability to track where you are,
Mm-hmm.
what you've done.
This is
That's
the one I worked on the retreat that we just came from. So, and I showed you guys that with the sparkly fabric and things. So just making sure that everybody knows. And the difference is when I had it recognize the symbol, it's just so much more accurate. I can go to the second page, and if I'm only wanting to, like, I don't want to swap out, I want to just, stay with a particular color. If I just want to stay with this color, then I can go to the second page and I can have it search for just that symbol because that's the symbol I'm working on page one. And I can go to page two, page three. So that's what I like about it. I'm only working on one color and the symbol is searched and I can do that one. So I
that's
don't
awesome.
do that. I work page by page, but it is a great idea, especially, if I got extra drills and I'm like, wait, why do I have so much extra? I must be missing a page or something.
Mhm.
So that's how we use it.
Show your canvas. Can you show your canvas?
Yeah.
Now Tia has a lot of bling on her canvas, and typically when you have a lot of bling, depending on your lighting, it can kind of be hard to see. But there you go. See, and if you give it a little, oh, that's nice, Tia. That's nice. So as you guys can see, Tia is starting off blinging. That's awesome. That looks good. Now, is that original sparklers?
These are original sparklers. So, and I do have a lot of bling that I'm going to, like the butterflies obviously are going to be blown out. The
Mm-hmm.
ears on the lamb, because the colors are really muted. Like they're resin and they have their own shine, but they're muted. They're not like brilliant or anything. So I figured I would use those for just the fur around. And you guys see I'm, in the area where the ear is. So coming into the butterflies, those are going to have bling to them also. The little sprinkle on the little boom boom of the lamb, that's also going to be bling. The cheeks, the nose, the mouth and eye area, the inner ears, those are also going to have some bling.
Nice. So Vonda asked Tia, what's the picture behind you? Which picture is it?
What picture?
Must have been when you,
In the corner.
or is it mine, Vonda? You mean mine? You mean Tia or me?
Green. The green picture is the Emerald Fairy Princess. That is that
That's
is
the nice one.
if you guys know Dip in Time, she made that for me, because I love butterflies and fairies and things. And I like to wear crowns because my nickname is Princess Tia.
Yeah.
So she saw that picture and said, "This is you. I was modeling it at the retreat. I do think it looks like me. So only thing is I need to give me some wings, some fairy wings. I don't have any. But
Yeah. Yeah, we'll come in character in one show. We'll have our wings. We'll
yeah,
have,
there we go. Oh, you were what you were describing. She almost had her character
oh
today.
yeah,
It's
almost.
been
I was there.
beautiful. That
I
has been
was,
beautiful.
maybe I'll wear it. I'll try to
Yeah,
get.
we'll have to come into in character and just fully represent our our mantras and how we identify. So I think that she did an excellent job. It's a ton of greens, and green is my favorite color. On top of that, everyone that knows me knows I love princess theme. I love fairies and butterflies. So I think that's me all the way. The butterfly fairy princess. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you do with the actual lamb, though. I think that's going to come
Gonna
out
be
really nice.
cute. I can't wait.
And your original sparklers, are they sparklers for squares? Are they S for
Yeah.
S? So
So
just
I use a lot of S4S because squares are my faves.
yes.
I have a lot of rounds also. I don't know why. I don't even know if I've ever blung out. I think I'm trying to bling out Wonder Woman, and it's a round. Mostly my, fun because I like squares, so it's fun. I don't like the show when it comes through rounds and stuff.
That's the
So
same here. And one thing I did mention on the last slide was I wasn't sure of how I use a lot of S for S as well. So that's sparklers for squares. I love squares. I'm not particularly fond of rounds, but I do rounds. I've done one in probably, I don't know, the last year. I did Sunset Babe earlier this year, and that was a round. But I was a little hesitant at first. I said, well, we'll see, because I didn't want any of this white background to show. And it
mhm.
does not show. Just to let
Okay,
everybody,
that's good.
it's
That's good.
perfect. S for S is perfect. It does not show. And just to let everybody know, S for S is sparklers for squares with DP with sparklers, Tima, and they're beautiful. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you really want to set off your paintings, if you get some, and again, a lot of the bling is beautiful, but S for S, it just does something. It takes the color of the surrounding drills like most do, but it just does something. If you put them with crystals, with ABs, I like to pair my bling. I mean, it really, really gives it a different look. So for me, let's jump into let me see where I am. Let me share this screen here. Let me add this to stage. Okay. So here's where I am. So I am doing the Jaded Gem Shot kit, which is Princess Tiana. But with that said, the pattern is not from Jade. It's from Creatively Crafting.
Good crafting.
And she changed the name. I think it's something Stitching, but it's Creatively Crafting. That's Princess Tiana, right? So Jade actually puts together the canvas with the drills. And right now, as you can see on the screen, I'm 8% complete. I put down 1,700 drills, but I want you guys to see one thing, which is key. Now, I didn't put in 8 hours and 25 minutes on this. Okay. I didn't even realize it's that long. But another thing I noticed too, if I have Markup XP open, it's counting the time.
Oh, that's true.
Right. So if you get up and walk away, that's one thing I noticed. So I'll try and get better with that. So if I get up and walk away for an hour, and I have my iPad auto turn off. I have it off. Because when I'm actually working on the canvas, if I am taking my time and working on something else, I don't want the auto shut off to shut my screen down. So long story short, here's where I'm at, 1,700. Total stitches are 20,000. So I have 1,800 to go. I'm sorry, 18,000 to go. Now, if I continue at the rate that I'm going, I won't have this done until October 13th, 2024. And I want to have this done by, remember, the first week in October. So I want to have this done the last week of September, just in case I have a couple of days that I need going into that last week. So I want to pep up my progress a bit so I can get this to go down to September 30th. So we'll see in 2 weeks' time how well I do on that. Now, if I don't work on it at all, that's just going to stay where it's at. So hopefully, even if I get there and I just pack away, it might go to November, it might go to December. So we're not going to let it get that way. But long story short, I absolutely love metrics. I love the fact that this gives you kind of what you need to kind of stay on track or see where you need to go. I think it's a great tool. Hey, Berta, glad you made it in. Great tool. So that's where I'm at. And for me, something that I've done that I want to mention is I made a mistake when I loaded my PDF into Markup XP. And when I say that, it asked me a question. How many overlap rows do you have? And I said 0. And I had 2. So what that did is my last page, so you know it's a grid of 10 by 10, right? But my last page is off. So I can go back in and reconfigure it, but I wanted to tell everybody it's not perfect every time, right? So that was something that I did that I realized mistake. I wrote it down. So the next time I go in and I load another canvas, I'll make sure I put and I saw the overlap. I just ignored it. I saw the 2. And I was like, I don't even know why it's asking me that 0. And I just kept going, right? And I can go back. But when I try to go back, I was like, wait a minute, because it said it might reset. And I was like, whoa, I don't want anything to reset. So I trained my brain to know that last page, don't even look at the grid itself. So I'll give you guys an example so you can see it live. So my brain knows on the last page, don't even look at it. And that's just me. That's how I work. If I was someone who wanted everything to be perfect, I would go back in and reconfigure it. So here is my key of colors. Tia mentioned her key of colors. This particular PDF pattern was perfect when it came to giving you the key. It has the DMC colors. Everything is here. So I didn't have to do anything manually. Now, the key to this is sometimes when you're working, you want to just do one color. So let's say you just say, all right, I'm going to work on this for 3 hours. I'm going to work on 4 squares and I want to do it by color. You can go in here and tap that color and it will only show you that particular color. So that's where this is useful. So let me show you my markup here and let me make it smaller. And let me go to page 1, make it bigger. All right, I'm going to show you guys something. So the darkness at the top is what I'm finished. And I'll show you the canvas in a minute. All right. Now that looks pretty good from there. But when I go bigger, page 1 is fine. Let me show you. You can see those 10 by 10 grids. Page 1 is fine. Hey, Mutt Nuts. Look at page 2. Now, for you, just looking at it, it might not look like anything to you. It might look fine. But my overlap is these 2 rows in here. I should have put 2 as the overlap. So what's off for me is my gridding. This is a 10 by 10 section, but on my canvas, that's not the 10 by 10 section. So the grid is still good. I just know, Rochelle, don't count that as 1 and as 10, because that's more like 3 from the previous grid. And this is more like 1 from the last grid. But again, that's something that I know I did, and I can go back in and reconfigure. But when it asked me, would you like to reset? I'm like, whoa, I don't want to reset. Because if I reset, and again, I can. I have to go back and mark all those stitches again. And I just didn't want to make a mistake. So I decided to just leave it. But I know for myself. So here is mine currently. All right. So I have 2 rows done. 1, 2, and I'm working on the 3rd row. That's what it looks like. And if you want to see how much more I have to do, I just have it rolled up because it's small enough to sit right in front of me on my desk here. Right? So I got a ways to go. And if you look at my stats, I'm 8.3% complete. So I have to tell you guys, for me, it's a lot of fun. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that, and I don't need a light pad. So for those that are coming in, I do not need a light pad because there's no symbols on the canvas. Because I'm sitting here putting my drills on and I'm like, what in the world is underneath this? No, it was my light pad, of course, but I don't need it. I don't need it because there are no symbols on the canvas and I can see this canvas fine. Another tip. Remember I told you guys about my bottles. I need to go back through and number them 1 through 57 colors, 59 colors in this particular canvas. Is it 59 or 57? I'll look real quick. Let me see. It is 57 colors. So I did not go back and number, but as I'm working through the canvas, I have this grid here. I have a printout. And that's been very helpful only because these symbols are small. The little labels are small. So for me, I still use this here. I still use this. But it works because I have this sitting here. I have my iPad right here sitting up, and I have my canvas here, and I have my drill. So everything's right here, and it works. So for me, I still want to go back and put the numbers on because I think it's important. But I numbered this. And I don't know if it's because I'm just used to DAC labels with the number, the color, and the DMC. It's just what my brain is used to. Do I have to do it? No. Did I do it yet? No. But I did number it here, so I still have a numbering system.
I did the same when I kitted up my drills. I did the same. I put a number. I don't know if you guys can see it. I put the number dash the DMC code. So I did the same. I am used to seeing that number, but let's talk about the difference between the two companies that we used. Well, we used the same company, but I bought a fully prepared kit. So mine came with everything. It came with the drills. It came with, it did come with the labels. It came with I haven't used them, but it came with the release paper. It was blank, release paper. Obviously the blank canvas. And then most importantly, it came with the pattern. The pattern came in as a PDF. You could print it. Thankfully, I didn't have to do all of that because I have enough, on my desk. And I really was concerned about, like, how am I going to configure this in? Most people know I play with clay, and it's hard to have two separate stations, my diamond painting station and then my clay station and things. And so that's why I remarked earlier that, I like my setup is working for me. The canvas is small, so it's not taking up the predominance of my desk. And then still, too, sometimes when they take up, it's still awkward, like trying to work with them and turn them around and things. I don't have that awkwardness at all. Canvas is small enough that I still have all of my clay items set up, and I have my diamond painting section, and it's not cluttered. So I, shout out to Rochelle. It was a great idea. Give it a try. Try something different. I got my little diamond paint emoji back, or mojo back. I'm feeling fun, having fun. Plus, I'm looking forward to it. Like, got a couple of hours. Let me go ahead and sit down. I have been doing it while I'm watching TV, so my time is probably, running just like yours. But I think mine's probably a little more tight because I save and close out.
See, and I save every time I mark up. But if I go get a Sprite or I go get a snack, I'm talking, I leave it up. I don't close it down. And I'm going to pay attention to that today to see if it has to be, because I haven't worked on this for 8 hours. So I'll take a look at that though. But for me, I like the fact that it's there, right? You make a mistake, you can uncheck it, you can fix it, you can check it. It's just all about your preference. I like to work on, here's one thing that I'm doing that's very, very different for me. I don't work in squares, in rows, and sections on my canvases. I work on just what keeps me interested. So the vocal point for my canvas, if the vocal point is a bright sun and that sun is in the middle of the canvas, I'll work on that first. And then I go around.
My regular diamond paintings. I love to just see where that light source is coming from and work from there. So,
but here, I'm working in sections. So that's very different for me. Also with my bling, I don't replace symbol for symbol. So what I do is, depending on the canvas and how I want to see the colors, that's how I bling. So I might have a set of symbols. I might have a set of symbols in this section and the same set of symbols in the section below, but I use different drills. Just depends on what I want it to look like, right? So for here, I designed the bling before I started. So I decided that I'm going to replace symbol for symbol. So if I'm using S for S, sunshine for symbol, square, I'm going to use that throughout the entire canvas. I said, I'm going to see how that works for me, because I typically don't do that, but I'm going to do it. And it's been working. Actually, I diamond paint faster when I diamond paint like that, because then the thought is already done. I put a lot of time up front, hours. I put like 6 hours. Yeah, I spent about 6 hours designing the bling for this canvas. And I did that over a couple of days before I even kitted it up, just looking at the picture. right? I said, this is the color I want to use in this section. I didn't even know the symbols. This is the color I want to use for this section. Here's how I want this section to look. And then when I opened up the box and got the symbols, I made sure I took symbols and I'm going to replace it like for like throughout the entire canvas. And that's sort of the enhancement suggestion idea that Timon gives, right? She gives you so you can work on it with a guide. The way I did it the way I do it is I have to do the whole canvas and then tell you the enhancement suggestion, because that's how my brain works. I'm designing as I'm going and I'm changing it based on sections. So I didn't do that here. So here I did it. So if someone said to me, oh, how did you do that? I can give it to you right now because I have a whole list of the suggestion throughout the entire canvas. So I'm gonna see how that works out for me. So far, so good. I'm loving it. I think the bling that I picked so far works very, very well together. And again, the one thing that I wanted to do that I did not do, I was going to make the whole background stained glass, the whole thing, right? And I was just like, you know what? I'll do that the next one. I won't do that on this one because stained glass to me is just all crystal. It's just no resin drills. So I was going to just take all the resin drills out, and I was like, all right, Rochelle, stop talking to Sue Bell. I know Sue's in the chat. She's like, calm down. Come on, sit down. You want to get this done. I hear you, Sue. Sue's in my head all the time. Like, you want to get this done, so stop doing so much. Right, Sue? So Sue, I'm down. So what I did was, I think this is working, and it's looking good. And like I said, at the end of the day, I'm able to, if someone wants to mimic what I've done, I can give it to them. And I wrote it up in my iPad. So in my iPad, I have what I replaced. So I can actually turn that into a document if somebody wants to know what I did. So it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's very different. As a matter of fact, I already know the one I want to do for next year. I want to do the Jessica Rabbit. So Jade has 30% off. I'm going to go buy it.
I definitely am. I've been shopping them. So I definitely plan to get a few more. That is how much fun I'm having. And at this point, week and a half in, like when I compared to the tiny houses, I knew I was never doing a tiny house.
Oh, please. We didn't box that thing up.
I boxed mine up. I'll never forget. I looked at
it. Kicked it up.
I mean, I turned into a landscaper, a contractor, general contractor, a plumber, all in the same week on that tiny house. So I definitely got online. I started shopping. I have a Jasmine on order next. So I have 6 of the original princesses. So my goal I have been doing, Judith, is maybe shopping some of the princesses that I don't have. But then wouldn't it be cute to see a larger and a smaller, version and things? I think I would get tripped up on the actual customization and stuff. So I definitely plan to customize, mine, add the colors in that I like, which is, what tripped me up on my Wonder Woman, because there was a lot of colors and I'm not fond of yellows and oranges. Although you'll see me wearing them, it just happened to go well with a lot of the things that I wear. I like to wear bright colors. I'm zany, I'm quirky, and I like my colors to kind of, stand out and speak to my personality and things. But in my canvas, when I have them, a lot of times I will try to change those out, even if it's resin or crystal, where I'm dulling down that, view. So we'll see. But I know there were a couple that, like Tiana, that was why I didn't purchase Tiana as a princess. It's a lot of yellows, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have a lot of customizing to do. And what do I put in those places, where the colors are kind of washed out? Do I do more green? Do I do, pineapple? I do like pineapple, even though it's, yellow. It's an S4S sparkler, and it comes in. You can get it in like a glow glass. So,
and Sue, you had a good question. So Sue said, "How do you know there's overlap?" So there's overlap when you go into, and I'm using Markup RXP. It's shaded. It's shaded. Yes. When you're going through it, it asks you to, and Sue, you and I did this. It'll ask you to pick your picture pages, your key pages. It'll be shaded. And mine was shaded. I just ignored it, like I do navigation. I was just like, yeah, I see that 0. I do the same thing with navigation. It say go left, I go straight. Don't ask me why. So you have it's like usually shaded or has like a gray pattern. You know how you have that pattern over your symbols. That's how you know you have overlap. And then once you load it in, if you go through your pages, page 1 through whatever it is, your last page, just see if it matches up with your grid. You would know. Trust me, you would know. And it's not hard to fix it. It's not hard to fix it. And it's not hard to, because the symbols are still there. You just have to know that shaded part, you don't want to redo it because you did it already. It's just trying to show you that's the overlap. And when you're doing a cross stitch pattern, meaning fabric, needles, and thread, it's the same way. So me and we can take a look at that. Because I have I think Sue has the fox, which is about the same size as the one that Tia has. And you would know. I can take a look at it with you. Yeah.
This is one of my other patterns. I haven't gotten to a page yet, but if you notice right here, is it this right here along I'm on the wrong side, right here?
Yep.
You see the shaded part? That's the overlap. The shaded part right here, that's the overlap from the prior page. So that's how you know when you're using a digital program. Hopefully that helped, but that's how you know. You see the shading and it shows you 3. So these 3 rows, if you're going page by page, they should already be completed when you come into this page of the pattern. Did that help, Sue? I'm hoping. Again, I'm showing you just so you can see that's the shaded part. It's like the first 3 rows. Those parts should already be completed if you're going from one page to the next. So that's how they appear on your pattern. So when you get to page 3, those 3 rows are already done, and you're actually picking up your either diamond painting or cross stitching right in that first like unshaded row. Okay. Now, do you have, this is Markup X Pro, RP Pro, whatever. And I know that there is Goodreader. There's also Pattern Keeper, right?
Right. And here's the key. You would know, Sue, because if you take a look, right, when you go through page 1, right, you can open it up whenever you have time. Look at page 1. Look at the last grid on page 1. Then go to page 2. And you'll see an overlap. And go back to page 1, and you'll see you already completed those 2. You'll see it. Yeah, Mark, you're using the same thing we're using.
Okay, good.
You'll know, Sue. And we can take a look with you, but you will know.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I wanted to say that because I said, I wonder how many other people did it. And I know I saw the overlap, but I was just like 0. And I was like, I'm not going back. And I can go back and fix it. And I think maybe I will. And then I just have to go back and mark. See, now I'm at a good spot where I can mark up, go back and remark up what I've done already. Before I was in one section, I was doing all the black. So I was like, I'm not going to do all that. But I can do that now. But it's not bad for me. And it's not hard to tell, trust me, when you start. And actually, I don't know about you, Tia, but I'm cross-stitching now. It helped me read the cross-stitch patterns quicker.
Yep.
So now, oh my goodness, so much. Because before I was like, wait a minute, this is slowing me down. But it made me read them so much quicker. So it's a big help for me with reading, kind of looking at a canvas, looking at fabric, looking at a pattern, needle and thread, drill, and drill pin. You'll figure it out, Sue. It's not too bad. So anybody in chat, you guys have any questions? If you found anything that that's helpful, a helpful tip you can give everybody, or something that you might need help with, let us know. Oh, Goodreader is that's a good tool as well. But Goodreader is sort of like just like a place where you can mark up, right? I don't think it takes stats. There's no stats involved with Goodreader.
I've never used it. So it's the one that Rebecca uses.
Mm-hmm.
So she would definitely be the best person to like kind of answer how she uses it. I had a
lot of digital planners use Goodreader.
Visual planners. Okay.
Digital planning, you bring your files into Goodreader, and then you import them from Goodreader into your digital planning software.
Well, that's neat. Mm-hmm. I went to digital planning. I did it for a year. And then, I think I'm back with paper.
Goodreader's like iBooks.
Oh.
iBooks you can bring in a PDF and you can mark up as well.
Okay.
It's just, it's no stats and it's not in the squares. It's just you kind of like, you can hit that little pencil and you can do highlight, or you can do X, or you can do O. It's very similar to that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think I have that program, Jim's Flow.
No,
It's
Gems Flow. That's
I
for putting your. That's it. Gems Flow is an inventory app. Whether
yeah, I
it's
think that's
diamond
what the difference.
painting patterns, it's an inventory app. Good for
Have
it.
you ever used it?
Gem Flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it, but
You
I
know,
use
this-
Excel. Yeah, I'm Excel, so yeah, I use Excel, so I don't use that because for me, I'm an Excel user, and if I want to go in and mark canvases that I want to give away for donations versus canvases that I can't do that in GoodReader. I'm sorry, in Gems Flow, so I do it in Excel. But I'm an Excel user, is what I do all day,
that
every
makes
day.
sense. Yeah. So Dawn P was suggesting it. She said she puts
It's good.
Hyatt
Yeah,
her Hyatt patterns in there. That's a good idea. I never thought to use it for my cross stitch patterns. I'm tell you what, I sat down one day to load my Gems Flow up because I've seen people using it for wish list and what they have and things.
yep.
Um, Girl, when you start adding up the time that it takes to really utilize this,
Mhm.
you could have I could have completed a diamond painting.
Which is why I use Excel. And I use Excel because as the diamond paintings come in my house, I put them there. Same thing. Don't get me wrong. It's an app. It's the same thing. It's the same concept in a way, Gems Flow. But that's one of the reasons why Diamond Art Club came out with their own logbook, because I guess they heard people were using these other apps to track their paintings. So they came up with something. As you purchase, the logbook is right there, and it's in the logbook. So that was very interesting. But again, different people use different things. Whatever works for you, I think it's great. There's a lot of inventory applications out there. Whatever works, that's my thing. Like I said, I'm an Excel user, so I track the ones that I give away. I track the ones that I set aside for my events. I track the ones that I want to do. I track the ones that I might start and I don't like. I have 2 of those. So I always say, if you don't have a passion for it, put it to the side.
Yeah.
Put it to the side. But I'm so super excited about this cross stitch conversion, and I'm so happy that you guys came to join us. So again, if you are in the event, meaning you have a canvas, you're taking pictures, you're putting progress up, thank you, thank you. If you're not, thank you as well. Thank you for joining. But what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to do one giveaway for those that are in the cross stitch conversion event and have posted progress, and then we're going to do a giveaway for everybody that's in the chat, because that's me. That's how I'm inclusive. That's what I like to do. I think everyone should be recognized for coming to support us. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yes, Gems Flow. I hear you, Mutt Nuts. So let me ask you guys a question. With Gems Flow, can you print from Gems Flow and it gives you like a list of everything you have in there, or make a book out of it? I'm not sure. Can you? Is that functionality in Gems Flow? I'm sure it is. Just wondering.
Let me see. Can I
Like, you have the ability to print and it gives you a list of everything you have in there? Like, in other words, how do you see all of your inventory, total number of canvases you have in there? I think it gives you the ability to put dates in and hit complete. I'm sure it's I'm a metrics person. I'm a report. I love reports. I'm sure there's a report functionality. I'm just curious. YT is looking up.
I don't see no print function. I'm so old. Let me see if I hit these.
Anybody in the chat now? I mean, I haven't used it in a while. Let me see if I still have it up. Gems Flow. There it is. Let's see.
Oh, wow. You do a lot of stuff.
There is a, let's see. Note about support. What's down the bottom here? Not now. I don't want to add a project. Custom colors, projects. No, what's over here? Sort, project status. So it looks like it is, it's totally digital. I don't see anything. Okay. That's all right. That's a good tool though. It's a good tool. You can clear it. You can add. That's a pretty good tool. That's good. That's good. I don't know. I might want to contact them. I might want to do a reporting functionality for them. That sounds like a little side project for some money. Just a tip for everybody. Companies like that. If you can code and you can give them something like that, that's a nice little freelance job. All right. Yes, Dawn P. I haven't used it either. I actually downloaded that, I think, when everybody was talking about it, maybe 2 years ago. I downloaded it and I was just like, okay, well, I do it in Excel. And at that time, I probably had X amount of paintings and I didn't feel like going through and logging them all. All right. So you guys ready for a giveaway? You guys ready for a giveaway? Let me set up, hold on. Let me set up StreamYard giveaway tool. And how about you pick a hashtag? What do you think, Tia? Pick a hashtag they can use.
Hashtag Bling.
All right. Hashtag Bling. That's what I was going to say. So let me get in there. Giveaway tool. Oh my gosh, why is it spinning? It's spinning. It'll come up in a second. I'm going to do hashtag Bling. All right. I'll be right back. Let me set it up. This live stream here. So everybody put hashtag Bling. Caps, any caps are all small. What we got, Tia?
All small letters.
Okay.
Make it easy.
Yes, let's make it easy. You guys got that? And let me go back.
So while you are doing that.
Yes, what we got? Get a piece of paper. Give everybody a few minutes.
Dolly Parton cowgirl hat. You doing it?
For the Lone Star? So the Lone Star retreat is coming up, guys, in September. So Sue Bell, I know Sue is coming.
So what you got?
I'm not doing the hat. If I do it, it would have to be when I get there because I gotta fly. That thing's gonna be a mess by the time I get there.
That's what I'm debating, So that's one thing that I have learned is, when you fly in, I don't bring the brag aspect anymore. Obviously, we used to load up as much of our stuff as possible.
Ooh,
you just want to show everything off and you want to see what everyone else has and things. So, that has definitely dramatically decreased in the last couple of years for me. I think that's going to be cute. I want to see what people are doing. It does have me wondering, shouldn't I? And looking at these hats, it's some good stuff out there. Are you doing the hat, Sue Bell? I am not doing the hat. It's hard to do when flying.
Yeah, I'm not doing it either. If I was to do it, I would have to do it when I'm there, and that's not going to be enough time.
Berta, you doing the hat?
You want a hat, Berta? For those in chat, Lone Star Retreat is in September. End of September is in Texas, and the folks that are in chat as well as on the screen here, we're all flyers. So there is a nice activity. It's decorating a hat, a cowgirl hat that you think that Dolly Parton would wear. Tia, you know more. You go ahead, Tia. Tell them about it.
So it's a lot, like the different types of cowgirl hats, the tall, the short. Anyway, you want to have the style. Dolly is quintessential, bling. And she is, she has her own, what do they call it? She walks to the beat of a different drum. Yes. So these hats are probably going to be extravagantly, decorated and things. And I just feel like it's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other people are going.
Yes, it's going to be fun. But I just, because I'm flying, I'm like, I can't do it. And that's another thing for me too. The first year I wanted to just participate in everything. But again, when you're flying, it's like, yeah, that whole, the Secret Santa things, whatever we called it, the boxes. I did it, but it was trying to carry all that stuff was a bit much. And then when something gets messed up, me, I had to run to the mall and get it again. But it's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, everybody in the room.
She wants to know if there's a vendor room at the Great Lakes.
Oh, yes, there is. There is a vendor room at the Great Lakes Escape Retreat. Yes, there is. Mud Nuts, what you got? I may try to do a cross-stitch conversion down the road if I can find it, a small one. I hear you, Mud Nuts, and the next live, we're going to have special guests, and our special guest is going to be no other than DP with Sparklers. Tima as well as Cheryl Gerhardt. If we can get them both together, hopefully that would be great. But maybe Tima can give some, some advice. Small canvas, I would say this. I'll be very honest with you guys. 20 by 20. I would check Michael's to see if Diamond Dots has a 20 by 20 blank canvas, and I would go get a cross stitch pattern, and I would use the drills that I have, and I would do it. So the spin we're going to do right now is for everybody in the chat. So everybody in the chat, I appreciate everybody coming. So everybody put your hashtag Bling in the chat. This is for everybody in the chat. So we're going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to do one for those that posted progress, and we'll do that one last. And we're going to do one for everyone who is supporting that's in the chat. So I love giveaways. I love surprises, and I got a whole lot of stuff. No, I do. I love giveaways. So I enjoy giving back. So I'm hoping you guys tell everybody, tell your friends, tell them to come on in, even if they just want to come in, hear about what's going on, participate in the giveaways. It'll be a lot of fun. So I'll give it a couple more minutes. But yes, Great Lake Retreat has vendor room. Lone Star Retreat has a vendor room. A lot of fun. Retreats are fun. I'm so glad that I went to the retreat, the very first one. I'm glad. I met a lot of great people that I can call friends now. And this is a lot of fun. I look forward to it. I can't wait for September. And I'm just counting down the days. And we'll tell you guys all about it when we come back. So we'll give it 2 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and spin. And then we'll do a spin for those that participated in progress, which is a few people. We have Robin Pennington. We have Vonda McCrae. Tia, you and I are going to exclude ourselves. We have Robin Pennington. And we have Carrie Costello. She didn't post progress, but the next one. So we'll just have the 3. We'll spin for them, and we'll see who wins out of the 3. It'll be a lot of fun. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did.
Now, don't be discouraged if you have not obtained your cross stitch conversion, and you find that we're having so much fun. You want to join us. You can join up until September. And there's a bunch of different, ways that you'll be able to at least get in on the fun and start cross stitching or converting your cross stitch. Rochelle's going to give you some great tips.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm telling you, it's a lot of time. I did this for a reason, the length of time, because it's summertime. I knew people were working on other canvases. You got a couple of events coming up. So I figured, you know what, let's just do an event where we don't have to rush. We can slow down. We can take our time. You don't even have to finish. You don't have to finish. You can even have a canvas that you've already started, as long as you have, a good enough section left. So 20 by 20, honestly, after me going through this, is fine to do for this event. It's fine. So I would say, have some fun. Go pick up. Listen, I have a canvas here that I don't particularly like, and I'm going to do a conversion over to canvas. I don't care what's behind it. It's a canvas and it has glue on it. So I'm actually trying to figure that out, what I'm going to do on it. But I'm actually going to do that. And the picture I pick, of course, I want to make sure it's smaller than the canvas. And then I'll just do some type of background. Just tips. All right. Yes, Cheryl just ordered her. So look, go out. If you guys, I would say though, if you're ordering from a company, check with the company and ask them what's the ship time. Because I'll be honest, my Princess Tiana, I got Princess Tiana last year, and it was, I think, an 8-week wait. It took me 8 weeks to get it. But I also got the one that Tia got, and that took 2 weeks. So I guess it just depends on the timing, what's going on. That one took less time. And I got that last year as well. So again, and we're going to do this every year. I'm going to do it every year because I absolutely love it. I might sneak in another one and do 2 next year. No, I'm gonna do 1. See, that's what I do. I love it. Give it all to me. No, I'm gonna buy 1 more canvas, and that canvas I'm gonna buy. I told you, Jessica Rabbit. I love her. I actually like the one that Judith is doing too. It's beautiful. All right, you guys ready? We're gonna let me share my screen, and we're gonna come on over to. Let me make sure I have the tool up first.
I see the canvas that she was talking about now.
Yes. Let's see. That one we need. This one we don't need. All right, let me come back over and get you guys. Let me share. Okay, so we're going to share this one here. I have so many screens up. I want to make sure I share the right one. Let's see. Let's present this one here, the giveaway tool. So I have 2 wheels up. I'm going to do StreamYard giveaway tool. This one. Let me know once you can see it, Tia.
I can see it.
All right. So you guys ready? So we got hashtag Bling. All right. Here we go. We have 7 entries. Let's draw. And the winner is going once, going twice.
You forgot to tell them what they was winning. But yeah.
Yes, Vonda. So I'm not gonna tell you guys what you're winning. It's gonna be a surprise. And in the next, maybe the next live, if you want, you can put in the chat what you want, but it's gonna be a surprise. You'll like it. My gifts are all surprise gifts. So my 500 subscriber giveaway, Marla Dillard, as well as Sue Bell. So Sue's in the chat, and Sue didn't get hers yet because I just put hers in the mail. So Sue should get hers soon. So Sue won the hashtag replay because I did a draw for those that could not make it to the live. And I actually did a draw in the live. So Marla Dillard won the draw in the live. And I actually sent a note to Marla Morris, and she was like, oh, it wasn't me, Rochelle. So I gave her a prize too, because I think honesty was, she deserves a prize for the honesty. So again, I gave those prizes out. I believe Marla Morris, she posted hers in the Facebook group. So if you guys have not subscribed to the Facebook group, go ahead and subscribe, because you have to be a subscriber to the Facebook group and to the channel. And I know Vonda is, as well as, so Marla Dillard, Sue, please post if you can so people can see. But it'll be a lot of fun once you get it. All right, so we have a couple minutes. So now what we're going to do, I want to make sure I have Judith Hood, I have Vonda McCrae, and I have Robin Pennington. I don't think I missed anybody. Those are the individuals that posted their progress since the last time we spoke, right? And every time you post your progress, we'll have lives every 2 weeks. You will be entered to win a prize. All right, so what I want to do is I have another wheel up. So Vonda, congratulations. Send me your information via Facebook Messenger and I will get your gift in the mail. All right, and let me go to the next wheel and make sure I have the right names in. So everybody stay with me. Share screen. And this one is the random wheel. Let's see. All right, here we go. Now this one here, tell me once you can see it, Tia. It's a little slow.
I can see your wheel. Yay!
Awesome. So don't worry about that. I gotta start over. I hit the button. All right, so we have Judith Hood, we have Vonda McCrae, and we have Robin Pennington. And I know we have a few other folks, but you guys gotta post your progress. Once you post your progress, you'll get up on the wheel. And there's plenty of time to win. So we're gonna shuffle. All right, we ready? All right, here we go. Let's see who the winner is. See? And look, Vonda gets a chance to win twice. Look at that. All right. Yeah. Nice. So we got Judith and we got Vonda. Nice. See, there we go. That was a lot of fun. So again, Judith, do me a favor. Go to the Facebook Messenger and send me your information as well, and I will get your prize out. So Judith is the winner for the progress post, and Vonda is the winner for participating in the live. Okay, so everybody that comes into the live has an opportunity to win a prize. Those that post in the Facebook group and make poster progress has an opportunity to win for progress. So that was great. So thank you guys. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And I think we actually did this in good timing. So Tia, you got any last minute words you would like to?
I'm just having a ball, Again, I got my DP mojo back. I think because of the bling, I'm seeing sparkle. So it's making it fun. If you guys have a project, not just a cross stitch conversion, but if you have a diamond painting project, join us so that, we're all plucking. Join us and pluck along and have some fun with us.
That's right. And I'm going to say something. I don't know how many people know this, but my bling started from Tia. So I was watching Tia. I was getting ready to go to the retreat. And again, I didn't realize what all this bling was until I went to the retreat and saw that my paintings didn't look like everybody else's. But I was watching Rebecca Craft and Journey, and she was talking about Tia. Everybody had over to Tia's channel on this date, and I went over, and Tia was actually doing a Lizzie painting, which she was working on like the facial area, and she was talking about her bling, and she had a bag of bling. And I was like, what is in that bag? So when I went to the retreat and I saw Tia, I was like, ooh, that I need to know what that bag is. Was that bling? So my blinging started from watching others bling. So thank
You
you,
guys
Tia.
have definitely created, even with me, just a following and stuff. I started off blinging landscapes and nature because I like to see, like I tried to create breeze through trees. I like to see, water look like it's sparkling and look like it's wet. And then, as we were talking earlier about light sources, I like to see how light sources enhance nature. So that was my area of real like expertise. And then you came along and you have an awesome knack for enhancing just, like portraits and still life and things. Sue, who has just come along, she has stolen my heart, captured my heart. Sue
Mm-hmm.
is doing some things with landscaping, trees, and leaves that never ever entered my mind. So she is highlighting leaves at the end, and who have tried to capture breeze, and I thought I did. I feel like Sue has really enhanced that, and she's really captured what we're looking for. These are two-dimensional, but we're trying to give them depth, and we're trying to see them 4D, 5D. And I think what she did with her leaves earlier this year, February, March, it it did what I've been trying to do for 4 years.
Queen of Bubbles. The Queen of Bubbles is Sue
Queen
Bell.
of bubbles.
So
So I got my bubbles.
see, that's the bag. That's the bag, guys. That is it. That's where it all started.
Keep me a
That's
bag
where it all
whenever I'm diamond paints. So yeah, and I mean, what I like about it is an opportunity that we can all share. I may not have had the opportunity to utilize, like metallics and stuff like that. I started trying to work with metallics on Wonder Woman. And J. Robb did a fantastic job. She worked with metallics. She changed out like flat resin colors for certain metallic colors, and it gave the Wonder Woman belt so much depth. It
started.
looks like she placed it onto the canvas in that area, and it looked like you could reach into the canvas and like kind of pull the belt off.
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
think that's what we're all looking for in certain ways when we do, customize and add our own little special touches. We're looking for it to impact us. And so Sue
That's
did
right.
that earlier with her. Oh, what she does with the trees and the leaves, beautiful. Definitely beautiful.
And the key there is too, guys. So we'll have more coming. So we'll have hopefully we can get a couple sessions with some of these people that we're talking about how they bling and bringing their canvases. So stay tuned for more. And Tijuana, we have to have a substantial amount of your canvas that's a cross stitch. So that will not work, but I appreciate it. But still come back. You'll still be eligible for participating in the live, so you can come back for giveaways. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and keep working. If you have not tried a cross stitch conversion and you're thinking about it, keep thinking about it. You have plenty of time. All right. Plenty of time. All right. Until the next time. All right. Please remember to bling it up, and everybody take care. Thank you, Tia. Thank you,
You're
everyone.
welcome. Bye, guys.